I'm not sure how this file is going to open on your computer because I've resized this down to the size of your monitors. So it might open like this, it might open like this, or somewhere in between. But why don't you hit Command 0 so it fills the screen. Now, see this tab right here? If I hit the letter F, no command, just the letter F, that tab disappears. This file moves to the center of the window and tucks behind here. I think that's going to happen on yours. I'm not sure. I'm going to hold down the space bar and get the hand tool and click and drag to move this, into the center so that now we've got the General tab. So you can go to Photoshop, Preferences, General. Now, wherever this opens up, I don't know if it's going to be here, here, here. You can just position it next to this window so you can see both of them at once. And I'm not going to talk you all the way down this layer stack, but I will tell you that if it's green, I want our settings to match. And I have changed some things, but I don't know what I changed and what I didn't change, so I need you guys to compare. Look, compare this and this. Now, mine are going to match because this is a screenshot of my computer. I want you on the green ones to match my settings. And then as soon as you do it, click OK, turn that layer off, and then you come to the only yellow one, and that's the interface. And I want you to have the ability to set your interface to the color you want. So Photoshop, Preferences, Interface, and what do you like? What color scheme do you like? You set yours up how you want to work. I kind of dig this dark theme for myself, but you set Photoshop up to look as you want it because that's yellow. The green ones, I want you to match me. And then later on, if you have ideas on what should change and what shouldn't, or differences that you'd like to employ, talk to me because maybe it's something that the whole classroom should do. Because I'm not perfect. Maybe I got something wrong. So you click OK, then turn that off, and then match. Then I'm just going to click and drag to get rid of those eyeballs right there. If it's red, don't do anything. Just leave it because some of the computers have a different amount of RAM. Just let it be. Okay, and if your computer dogs, you don't want to go above 70% pulling this slider, but leave the red ones. Okay, so I'm going to come down, and then there's a green, and we match this, and then there's a red. We leave it alone, a green, match that. I will say something about units and rulers right here. I'm doing something that most people would never do, and I do this in Illustrator too. I change the ruler and type to pixels. Now, normally, in commercial art, we work in points and picas, and we work in CMYK. Very few of you are going to be professional graphic designers. If that's a career you are seriously thinking about, well, let's talk because points and picas come into play. And this is when you're using a commercial printer, and the print resolution is going to be 300 rather than 180. But we're working for the inkjet printer in our room, so we deviate from the norm because of that. Now, as far as the column size goes, we're not going to be setting up columns in Photoshop. We'll be using Illustrator for that, so that doesn't matter. Okay. So again, you click OK, and then you move on down the list. I do want to help you understand that these settings are important and there's some changes. You have to pay attention. If I walk you through and talk you through all this, it'll take forever. So you're just going to have to be disciplined and go through this one by one. You have to click. If you make any changes, you come to Preferences. What are we on? Units and rulers. If you make any changes, you have to click OK. If they're all the same, you can click cancel, but why not just click OK, just in case you miss something or change something you can't remember. And then you move on to the next one. And you can turn off multiple layers by clicking and dragging. Clicking and dragging up, and oh no, I miss, oh, it doesn't do that. How about that? So coming down, if I jump around, so if you go inside, it does skip. But if I drag up, I still haven't let go of the mouse. So you don't have to do these one by one. You can click and drag. Got it? Okay. set these preferences. They're important. Same thing in Illustrator when you get there. Thanks.